I think it's important to highlight is the planning aspect. For example, in the region we are seeing Chile, and I don't know if someone from here knows the Chile case, or if it's from Chile that would further elaborate it. But in Chile and in many other countries, what we saw, for example, is that there's in the North region a vast solar potential, but also power plants, right, already installed. But the demand is not necessarily there. And the interconnection and the grid, it's not enough, the current grid, it's not enough to transport that energy where it's generated to where it's needed. So it's in the central and the south area. Why those plants, like the big question is why those plants were set up there rather than closer to the generation flow or together with infrastructure or mechanism to move the demand where it was going to be installed. And I think it's an important question to answer. In my opinion, and I'm being really generalistic, it's because it makes economic sense for the developer and for the owner of the plants, right? Because it's a higher potential, probably the price of the land, etc., etc. So you are thinking in terms of like the how to accelerate the penetration of renewable, but you need also to think about like the systemic impact that it will have in the whole electricity system. And in that sense, that's why I would say legally planning, planning that it's legally binding, it's key aspect for advancing and for setting or converting those targets into a specificity or implementable actions. Without legally planning, without legally binding planning, we cannot set goals, but also we cannot operate a system with a higher, for example, renewable energy penetration. We need to see an approach, like a systemic approach, where the grid, the generator, the regulator, and basically the demand, it's all combined, and what's the best and optimal way to operate it or